Fox 8 News.
Gulf savers are at work at the mouth of the Mississippi. The sad reality is that some coastal restoration efforts, marsh grass plantings, fail. They just wash right back into the sea. But in Lower Plaquemines Parish, the first restoration project since the BP oil spill tries a new approach to rebuilding Louisiana. Spring break brings a group of Ohio State students to what seems an exotic place, the mouth of the Mississippi River. Is this what you expected to be doing with your spring break?
I had no clue, actually, what was going to be going down.
It's on such a smaller scale for what needs to be done, but we're making still such a big impact.
They're not in Columbus anymore. The loss of coastal Louisiana is an eye-opener for these Buckeyes. Some of the 33,000 college students who have done volunteer work for Common Ground Relief since Katrina.
I mean, Louisiana and New Orleans in particular, it's like a sugar cube that's melting.
The students do some coastal gardening, planting marsh grasses in specially designed bags placed at the end of Paso Lutra. They're called Gulf Saver bags, each a mix of organic material poured into a burlap bag. What makes these bags special?
What makes these bags special is the special mix that's in the bag.
Leslie Career with the Restore the Gulf Foundation leads this effort in one of the most heavily oiled areas of Louisiana's coast.
And this compound that's in the bags is completely natural, filled with millions of oil-eating microbes.
And nutrients to jumpstart the growth of these native marsh grasses. The volunteers assembled the bags earlier this week. Then they were dispatched to the coastline, or assembly line.
Pinch it back with your fingers, get it down in.
800 bags are strategically placed. In half of them, they plant black mangroves. So this could one day turn into a nesting ground for brown pelicans and terns. The cocktail in the burlap bag can be tailored to the conditions in a specific stretch of marsh or to the type of plant.
Everything is allowing Mother Nature to do what she does naturally, but we're helping to fortify that process.
This week's mission was actually the second round of plantings at Paso Lutra.
Oh, this is great. The bags have broken down and the roots have knitted into the floor here.
Leslie Career checks out the fruits of an earlier planting in mid-December.
Well, this is great. It's all filled in. The bags have broken down. The roots have taken hold. Yay!
Now we're seeing a lot of new growth, a lot of new stems and some shoots coming up here. We're also seeing some shoots coming out here on the edge.
Is the idea, I assume, that all of this will sort of meet at some point?
Yeah, the hope is that it'll continue to grow out just like we're seeing it here, moving out in the bag, that it'll continue out and that all these things will meet.
This is untreated burlap, and you can see now I just yanked a piece off a bag.
The bags are biodegradable. Since the first planting 3 months ago, they've mostly decomposed naturally.
But you can see right here, here's a piece of the root that's come through the bottom of the bag that is knitting into the the ocean floor here.
Typically, when plantings take place along the coast, the grasses are sort of orphans, left to the same ravages of subsidence and erosion. The new grasses often just wash right into the sea.
But a lot of times when you put single plugs out, you get failure of those things to thrive.
To test the effectiveness of the Gulf Saver bag, last December they planted some plugs, just a plant on its own without the nutrient mix.
I really don't see any single plugs at this point. We had single plugs out in this whole area.
So the point is this is working.
This is working.
Giving them a little helping hand.
Right, exactly.
This rescue effort is all from private money, donations that poured in from around the country.
A bag is $25, and you can see where your money's going. It's tangible, it's tactile. And
$25 buys a foot of Louisiana, and maybe a lot more. We always hear all these figures, all these statistics about how much we're losing. This is what $25 will buy you. Basically.
$25 is a little more of a saving, a foot of wetlands, which doesn't sound like much, but when you can start creating these berms here, and then they reseed and regenerate, we're jump-starting a very major effort here.
Coastal restoration will involve massive engineering projects and some more surgical strikes, like this one, designed to give nature a little helping hand. This is considered a demonstration project. Organizers point out that anybody can help be a part of restoring the wetlands. You can find more information about the Gulf Saver bag at gulfsaversolutions.com.